right, guys. This is Gwin, and with me is Rance.
Word.
This is the rundown at number 6.
We're running it down up in your face.
And we are back. We have a game going on here for you guys, and this is actually the finals of rundown number 6.
Best 05, folks.
You know,
so we do have an
Rance,
additional map.
No, Rance, we might have our first Terran champion of the rundown.
It's true. Weird.
All of our champions have been Zerg so far.
I'm for the Swarm, too. I don't necessarily mind that. But
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I'm excited at the prospect of a different race being the best here on one of these weeks. So, and dKiLLeR looking real strong, dropping GoSuDDE earlier in the bracket. If you didn't see that, you're going to have to check it out on the YouTubes later because those games were sick, and GoSuDDE was really tearing people up in previous weeks. And so, until he ran into dKiLLeR in the tournament, he did pretty well too, buddy.
Absolutely. dKiLLeR played a very aggressive style, and it really paid off for him. It really did. So dKiLLeR throwing down the racks on 12. That's the normal timing. We're not seeing any 11-11 racks out of him. And should see the gas go down shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Or he might opt for a little bit more of an aggro style and throw down a second racks. We'll have to see.
Meanwhile, looks like dKiLLeR's up to 15, and he takes the hatch. Yep.
Super standard. And, I mean, having watched dKiLLeR in past weeks and all the other players in past weeks, I think that dKiLLeR's ZVT is maybe not quite as strong as Suppy's. And so we might see dKiLLeR win a little bit more easily, because I would say that, like, GGL has very strong ZVT. I would say Suppy has very strong ZVT. But dKiLLeR seemed to, you know, be able to snipe some really good players with his ZVZ. So, you know, one of those things where kind of the matchup changes, or who wins changes based on who has to play who in the brackets. And we did not actually see gas go down. This is just a one-racks command here, Rance. So the command center going down on the low ground. Will we see an aggressive follow-up from dKiLLeR to punish this? I certainly hope so. I think it's the right response. Completely. But the gas going down for him now in both players' bases. You know, dKiLLeR throwing up his gas as well, and just Marines coming out of the Terran base. No bunker on the low ground yet. We should expect to see that soon. So we have Lings starting to come out. A little bit of Marine SCV pressure out of dKiLLeR, but he's going to turn around as these Lings show up. Bunker finally going down on the low ground for dKiLLeR. Wants to be proof against any of that Ling shenanigans. And I like his bunker placement. He's placed his bunker actually back a little bit. You see a lot of Terrans will make the bunker part of their wall in with their supply depot, and they'll do the supply depot wall through this area. But this bunker is actually back a like 2 ticks. So if you do the supply depot wall at the front now, it's actually out of range of Baneling Splash. So I really like that play out of dKiLLeR.
Alright, looks like Zergling's going to test the waters here at the front. They're going to see that bunker, and that's going to immediately turn them around.
And we do have a second barracks and a factory on the way, so would not be surprised to see just Marines and then a transition straight into tanks off this. I don't think he's going to go for Hellions, but I have been proved wrong in the past, and dKiLLeR, of course, had great Hellion control. So we might see him go for that again. In the meantime, dKiLLeR making 10 Lings, actually. So this might turn into a very aggressive game very quickly. I'm not sure if this is the best move, but dKiLLeR is not walling off. So dKiLLeR could actually do some huge damage with this if he keeps it from being scouted. Single SCV moving out from dKiLLeR now across the map. And let's go ahead and follow that guy. There we go. Evo chamber going down. And what is he going to see? I mean, he's going to get in here. He's going to see a lot of drones.
He's hoping to see something, but he's not going to see anything.
A lot of drones. These speed finishes for the Lings. Ooh. dKiLLeR actually made a lot of Lings there and then didn't do anything with them, so I'm a little bit curious about that choice. Of course, I mean, in this matchup, you don't want to make units until the absolute last second, and I know that Marines are pretty fast and they'll cover this distance quickly, but I mean, he preemptively made 10 Lings, and that's 5 drones that he doesn't have now. Taking a look at the unit count, though, of course, dKiLLeR is actually still ahead in the drone count, 38 to 30. And we have Hellions coming out from dDE. So dDE proving me wrong, saying that he wants to go for that Hellion style. It proved to be very effective in his past matchup, getting a reactor on that barracks. He's got Stim on the way. So we're going to have an early expand, 3 bunkers down for dDE. So I think he feels a little bit threatened. A little bit threatened.
Okay, working on the rocks there to the third.
Here, work on those rocks.
Yep.
So if you check that out, guys, it's actually 7 lings is the optimal number to knock down those rocks. You can only get to one side. Pretty good creep spread here out of dKiLLeR. I really like that.
Yeah.
He's building that highway to the middle of the map. 4 Hellions now out, though. Looks like he's going to start being aggressive.
Okay, let's see what happens. Maybe wait for these 6 and go drone hunting, it seems. We'll see if he scans his way up here with these Hellions and is able to deny any creep expansion here by the Zerg player. Stim about 3/4 of the way done for the Terran as well. There's the scans, though, and this is good stuff here as he's going to be able to recede that creep. Love this play, and it makes this trip up with the Hellions worth it regardless of what else might happen.
Absolutely. I mean, oh, and look at this. So clever. He places his own Hellion there and shoots at that because the splash damage will kill the creep.
Wow. Sick.
So, yeah, some sick play out of dDE.
Yeah.
And that was 3 creep tumors he killed, so that's a lot of creep time that has now been knocked out. The Queen out here, though, gonna drop down a new tumor. Pooping it out. And there it is. Doesn't even look kind of gross, doesn't it? It's like spiky.
What's going on over here on the left side of my mini-map here that I see? Just some random
Hellions
patrolling.
poking around. They're
Okay.
looking for stuff.
Random.
And we have a lot of lings out on the field. Ooh. And this is a stim timing moving out from dDE. So this is like, it's kind of all in off 2, like it's kind of aggressive off 2 base. Like he has to do damage with this. But you know, if he, oh man, this is so much damage going down against the Zerg. That's a lot of Hellions. And I think dDE might be able to break this here. 3 queens though.
Ooh, they could get a good surround.
Huge
here, though.
surround.
That's pretty good, but there's a lot of Hellions still standing, and at least the bio units go down though.
No, I mean dKiLLeR absolutely was able to clean that up.
Yeah.
I don't know if dDE did the damage he was looking to do there, as that's pretty aggressive off of 2 base. He went up to that tech very quickly, and really, I mean, now he's getting medevacs out, but and getting, you know, doing a drop at the same time with some Hellions, so some good multi-prong harass there. Sorry we missed that drop, guys.
Interesting. Okay, well, third base on its way for the Zerg, and you can see the 3rd command center on its way down for the Terran as well.
Mule's getting dropped. We have the +1 on the way. This medevac is going to drop off its Hellion target, and oh, we're going to have a Marine plus Hellion drop in the main. That actually could probably take out all these lings pretty easily. They do have the 1-1 though, 2-2 on the way. Do we have the macro hatch down for our Zerg player? Yes, we do. So going for, you know, what is considered like a Stefano style, the heavy lings. This drop, they're looking for an avenue in, but dKiLLeR is on top of it.
Yeah, he's got the great patrol there, and the Hellions are going to get dropped right onto the lings there, and we'll see if he's able to do it. The split lings, though, are going to be able to allow the Zergling in. Boy, that's a lot, though. Jeez. And the Marines get picked up there by the...
He's able to, yeah, is able to save a bunch of those, and now he's just going to play around with some elevator micro. And I think this is one of... Nope. Go for it. This is one of dDE's kind of strengths, I would say, is that he's able to do little cute harass things like this that are very difficult to deal with, and at the same time, behind it, he's macroing like a beast and just make tons and tons of production, and dDE actually popping a Banshee out. This is a little bit unorthodox with this composition, but getting a Banshee out, that's going to go do some nice harass.
And with the addition of the 3rd base, the super late siege is going to get started. And look at that, Zerg is pipe-lighting the 3rd base as well as building the 4th.
4th base at the gold.
Ooh, the Zerglings are working on the entrance to the 3rd Terran base down there. That's worth note. Yeah, I'm going to open that guy up there. And some pretty forward pre-tumors happening here, as you can see, plenty of them out. Ooh.
dDE going for a little bit of a drop action, but dKiLLeR, he's got the spine in place. He's ready to go.
2 of them there. He's got 2 there, and he's going to build a few more because life is starting to get opulent for the Zerg here. When that 4th base comes up, he's pretty much going to be able to spin.
Oh, and a huge kill-off. Is he going to get those medevacs as well? Looks like he spends another fungal on him, and the medevac will, one of them will go down at least. the other one at 36 health. So I'm not sure, and this is something I've been talking with a lot of top
Lings are
players
going into
about.
third.
Is
through, yep, okay.
Is actually you know, whether it's worth it to spend fungals to kill off. How many fungals is it worth it to kill off a medevac? How much infestor energy? Because
That's
of course
true.
you want that banked up single banshee out here in the middle.
That. You can't buy energy, brother.
No, you can't. You just have to wait for it. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the question. Like, how much is it worth it? He's gonna have to spend a few fungals to kill this banshee off, probably.
Well, without clubs, that queen might be able to pull it off.
Lose the queen. Gonna be close. Oh, and the queen barely
it off.
5 health points. And here we go. The force moving out from. We got to see some pro fungals go down. Yes, we do. But losing some infestors for free. Didn't have the link count there to support that. Oh wow, that's actually a lot of infestors going down for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, this is a big dangerous Terran force here as the fourth base did pop for the Zerg. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. And not very many army units out here. 52 Lings on the way out of the Zerg base, though, and they're going to pop here in a second. That should make things look a little bit better. But if this is a methodical tank push like we saw before from dDE, watch out.
Here we go, though. Lings streaming in. That's going to be able to get a couple of these tanks. His upgrades on his Lings are actually super good. Infested Terrans going in. Did you see the target fire on those tanks? On the Infested Terran? Or on the Infestors? So dDE, what is he at? He's at 1-0. His opponent, I believe, is at 2-2. Yes, 2-2 for the Zerg. So great upgrades. Good fungal going down. That's going to assist in the cleanup. Those all will fall.
Zerglings lasting a lifetime with those upgrades.
2-2. Zerglings are really good.
Very cool, man.
Does not have enough of them, though, to engage Stimmed Marines with a tank covering the back. More infestors coming out. That fungal growth, that'll finish it off for him. But there's still Marines here. So dDE with the constant reinforcement stream, I think he's going to lose his base. I don't think he's going to hold it.
10 Marines at a time coming out of dDE's base right now, and the Zerg is trying to push up into this massive wall. Meanwhile, the tech choice is given away here as you see the Ultra popping out from the fourth.
Ultra, let's see that. And dDE making bunkers again. So dDE loves that play, and I love that play too. Ultras though, coming out.
Yep. And that's a lot of tanks coming out. 10 Marines at a time and lots of tanks simultaneously coming out.
22 Lings on the way.
Boy, that whole Terran force is getting torn up. When
it is. Those Ultras popped at a great time. Yeah. They've got good upgrades. But I think that dDE is going to be fine. You know, his upgrades are good as well. He's got the 2 attack on the way. He's making 2 tanks at a time, and one of the problems with this sort of army comp from the Zerg is that they have a very hard time dealing with drops. Don't really have a lot you can do against them. So we see the big counterattack going into the third base. Is it a planetary? No, it's an orbital, and SCV is being transferred at the same time.
Oh boy,
that could go down.
Alright, well, the Zerg's pushing in from the third location. Marine's going to drop down to deal with them. We'll see what they can do micro-wise. Meanwhile, SCVs are coming back.
Oh, these SCVs are going to take so much damage. Wow. That was a meat grinder right there.
Not worth it.
Let's take a look at the units killed. 20 workers killed by killr, and I guarantee you it was all right there.
killr sees all those SCVs goes down, and he responds by adding more hatcheries across the whole map.
And the Ultralists were just like nom nom nom.
Yep.
And the Ultralists, of course, have got their big upgrades now. They've got the 3-3. They don't quite have that Ultralist specific carapace upgrade, the chitinous plating,
the +2,
the +2
to defense,
which actually makes them super effective against Marines because then they have 6 armor. And Marines with 2 attack only do 8 damage a shot. So that's only 2 damage a shot.
Wow.
To each Ultralist.
Alright, defensive positions up here for the Terran.
Huge fungal going down though. Jeez. That's going to spell the end of all those units. Thor out. Thor is a good choice against Ultralist, but you need more than one. Although he does have the +1 mech attack.
Extra hatcheries popping for killr though, and he's living the life of opulence, as you can see, with 3K banked.
3K banked. What is the rest of his tech choices? Ooh. No, it looks like he's just going to get a huge surround on these bunkers. I'm surprised as well. A couple infested Terrans going to spell when this army comes. And that's a lot of SCVs going to die to those Ultralists as well. SCVs are not really good at fighting Ultralists.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
I thought I'd point that out for everyone. This Doilo doing huge damage. Able to clean that up, but the GG out of dKiLLeR. There were Lings in his base, guys.
Yeah.
And game one goes to dKiLLeR.
Skadoosh.
So we might have another Zerg champion. We'll have to see.